Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another Diecast Emporium review. Today, as you can see in front of you, we're going to be taking a look at a long discontinued model by NZG. This is the Caterpillar 436C IT Backhoe Loader, and as you can see at the bottom right corner of your screen, this is the launch edition of this model. So before we go into the actual scale model, a few tidbits about the real machine. The 436C was introduced in 1996 in the US as the replacement for the 436B model. It had a 3054 engine producing 84 flywheel horsepower. At the backhoe end, it had a digging depth of 16.3 feet, but perhaps the coolest feature of this particular backhoe is the ability that it had to four-wheel steer, and I will demonstrate that as soon as we get the model out of the box. So if you've ever had an NZG model, particularly a Caterpillar NZG model, they all come in this black and yellow box with kind of a blueprint design of the machine inside. The the launch edition models come with a serial model right here. This is number, what is that number? I'm looking at it from the side here, 272, I believe. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Go ahead and get Mr. 436 out of his sleeping hole here. And anytime you get an NZG Cat model, especially if you're buying it from somebody who claims that it's new, the one telltale sign is you always want to make sure you get this NZG tag. These come with all new Caterpillar NZG models, or they did back then. So if somebody is trying to sell you one that they say, oh yeah, I've had it for 20 years, it's brand new, I haven't touched it, and they don't have this in the box, they're selling you a line of crap. So that's a little bit of an for your information. Okay, so I told you I would demonstrate the four-wheel steering, and the reason for this was because at the time there was a need for a backhoe that can operate in urban areas that are extremely populated, and they really wanted something that's a little bit more better in close quarters. So let's say you're working on a side street, you need to move around a couple cars, or perhaps you're patching a pothole on the corner of a street. You could set this thing at a particular angle and be able to operate without an issue. So that's a very cool feature, and that was the main selling point for me picking up this model. The stabilizers do work. They sit flush with the ground. Right there. The cylinders, again, remember this was probably made in 95, 96, so please bear in mind the technology that was available at the time when you're looking at this model. The cylinder jackets are a little bit off color because they are plastic compared to the metal, die-cast metal stabilizers. The backhoe end of things really, really works well. Here is it all the way out. Let's take it down the other way. And you can see just how far down it can dig. That's pretty impressive. You can get some good posing opportunities, especially if you use this at a trade show and in your diorama. Definitely would look good. And again, this is not a model that everyone has. This is an unusual machine, especially here in the States. This one features the annoying IT setup here, or integrated tool carrier setup. It will go up to a pretty good angle, especially when compared to the newer Norscout ones. The cylinder jackets are very, 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 very stiff. So that's its full range of motion up. Tilting is really where this model falters. That's it. That's all you can get. And although it does give the indication that this is a 4-in-1 bucket, it is in fact not. It doesn't open like a clamshell type. On the other end of things, you can get a respectable cut angle. So there you go, guys. The 1 to 50 scale NZG Caterpillar 436C IT four-wheel steer backhoe loader. Pretty good model. I would recommend it if you could find one for a good price to pick it up. Again, basically due to the fact that not everybody has one. Kind of cool that it has four-wheel steering, at least in my opinion. I feel like that's one reason alone to add it to your collection. We are going on 20 years since this was produced, so if you're one of those people who want, the newer, latest and greatest things in your model, don't buy any of the old stuff because you will not find that. But for those of us who have an affinity for the machines we saw working when we were growing up, this is definitely a must-have. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Please stay tuned as we have more content coming this week and, of course, next week. I appreciate each and every one of you spending your time with me. Take care, be safe, and we'll see you next time.